Welcome everyone to the World Arena Season 29 Masters Cup Grand Finals. Hope everybody is enjoying your weekend, and I, SW, will be your host for this lovely evening. Today we will be having the 4 qualified players from their respective regions, and they will be battling it out to see who is going to come out ahead in this season's Masters Cup Grand Finals, alright? Introducing our players for today. It's gonna be a really strong roster here. We have Mr. Pooh from Vietnam. Nicholas will be representing the Thailand region. The man, the myth, the legend, Kalien Bao, alright? He is going to be representing the English-speaking countries in Southeast Asia. Last but not least, we do have Prey coming out on top from the Indonesia region as well. For the competition rules, all matches will be a best of 5, meaning that there's also going to be the SWC ruling, the pre-ban phase at the start of the draft. So once again, here are your top 4 players for the Masters Cup Grand Finals. Once again, Pooh representing the Vietnam region, Kalien Bao for the English-speaking countries in Southeast Asia, Nicholas for Thailand, and Prey coming out from Indonesia. The champion will be receiving the Vodahal Summonerswar SD figurine, alright? So, let me know down in the comments below, alright? Who are you rooting for this one? Once again, champion will be receiving the Vodahal Summonerswar SD figurine, which also includes 750 crystals, 20 mystical scrolls, as well as a real trophy with the champion's name engraved on it. The runner-up will be getting the Orion Summonerswar SD figurine as well as 500 crystals and 10 mystical scrolls. Alright, here you go. And the third placing for the 2 players, they will be receiving 200 crystals each and 10 mysticals as well for the efforts made in this tournament. Okay, who will be the champion of the Masters Cup Grand Finals? Stay tuned to find out. And once again, let me know who you're rooting for in the comment section down below. Also, there's going to be 2 coupon codes to be given out today, so just make sure to sit back and relax. It's gonna be a really fun-filled RTA sessions. This tournament is definitely gonna be really nice to see what kind of strategy these players are gonna use. And obviously, I think for Kalien Bao, he does kind of stray away from the standard Bellagio Sagar, but I think for the first pick, it's going to be a contest for the Chandra, you know? Chandra has been so solid. And the bracket for today, alright? Prey will be taking on Kalien Bao. After that, Nicholas up against Pooh. So, there's gonna be 2 coupon codes to be given out. And once the code is released on the screen, make sure to collect it as soon as possible because there's going to be limited redemptions on it. However, it's a pretty massive one. I think 20,000 codes up for grabs. So just make sure to get yours, alright? Very good stuff. Alright, make sure to collect it later on during the stream. And we will be waiting for our players to get ready and definitely able to hit right in. I think we'll be definitely seeing Pooh. I feel like he's been playing this Fire Bayak kind of style. I'm not sure whether the opponent has caught up to that, but then, yeah, I think that might be a really pocket pick unit for him to fulfill his strategy in terms of his drafting there, if he actually needs the Fire Bayak, but we've been seeing the unit actually performing pretty well so far in RTA, you know? Because I feel like the skill tree cooldown is really short. A full cleanse onto the lowest HP ally as well as himself, able to heal up 2 units. Basically him and that unit that is low on health, right? So I think that unit is going to be pretty decent. And here we go. The first best of 5 for today. Prey up against Kalien Bao. Bans are locked in, so no Veronica. Alright, definitely I think Veronica is a very strong pick for Kalien Bao. Prey going for the Hey Gang, Chandra Yuldong. Oh boy. Personally, I faced that lineup a lot from him the other day, and it's really hard to bring down, and they hit really hard as well. So Prey is going for this Naftis and the Fire Hacker. Very interesting tricks over there. Yon Hong might be potentially picked up for Clan Bao, and he's going to be locking in the Kiara as well. So look at that Yudong's passive. It's going to be benefiting all of the units there, because I'm pretty sure his Yudong does have crit damage as well. Chandra, obviously he doesn't really care about crit rate. The normal attack always crits. Kiara's damage is going to be insane, as well as the Yon Hong's Blade Fan. So very well-rounded draft coming out from Clan Bao. Prey is going to be finalizing his draft with the Sierra and Asher. So definitely Prey wants to go first turn. But are you able to outspeed this lineup? Because there's double speed leads. Yon Hong and Sonya does have super high base speed over there. So I guess you kinda need to ban off the Yon Hong, because Yon Hong attack buff boost. But the Sonya is so scary as well. There's so many things for you to ban on the side of Clan Bao. So what will he choose? Okay, going for the Yon Hong ban, Asher is removed as well. So he has no choice but to eat the Sonya's ignore defense skill coming out from her real soon. Potentially, I think one unit dies there. Probably Sonya aims the Sierra or the Naftis, right? Because those two units are gonna be providing a lot of utility for Prey. And here we go. Sonya moves first. Got crushed. Definitely one-shotting a Sierra. Sierra can never sustain that. And then now the hug comes onto that unit. Another snipe is incoming as well. And I feel like with this Yudong in the field, he doesn't even need to go for the third skill. Alright, Hagen goes here. Did not get the glancing onto the Kiara. Yeah, like I said, you don't even need the attack buff. Wow, this lineup so strong. And Yudong with the glancing also critting over there. Branding lands onto the Kiara, but to no avail. Another gut crush comes onto the tricks. And this is going to be a fast one. Yep, Tricks down to the last HP here. Not able to bring down the Kiara, but like I said, it does not matter. 1-0 goes to Clan Bao. Wow, what a lineup, man. I feel that draft is so hard to counter. I guess if you're very well versed in your Swift runes, if you're feeling confident, then yeah, you kind of need to pick two units that can potentially outspeed your opponent's lineup. Things like maybe a Segment. I think Segment might help there. Of course, fitting in the Asher as well. But if you only got one attack buff booster, which is the fastest Swift that you have, obviously it's going to be banned out. And then I think you need like a backup unit. Things like Ren or even Segment, Etna, all those kind of things, right? So yeah, hopefully Prey kind of acknowledge this and try to make a comeback, alright? Wow, but honestly, this Chandra Yudong coming up from Clan Bao, I think a lot of people might try to follow it, because you can even run a Byung-chul in that kind of context, you know, because the Yudong's passive is just too strong. I feel like a lot of people sleep on this unit. But the increased 100% crit damage, it's no joke, man. It's no joke. Every unit's basically hit double damage, you know? So yeah, I really like that draft coming out from Clan Bao. Let's see whether he changes his style here. I think the pre-bans might need to be onto either Yon Hong, all those kind of stuff. But you do know Clan Bao's Veronica. Back in the day, maybe a few months back, his Veronica is plus 237 speed. Now, it might be faster? Is it even possible, but I don't know. I feel like it might be faster now. We'll see about that, alright? So these were the last round's pre-bans here. The Tomoe and Veronica. What will Prey ban this time? There's just too many LD units for him to remove. Going for the Chandra instead. Oh, this is nice. So he does not want Kalembaum to get the first pick Chandra. Fair enough. Because we do know Chandra providing the speed leader, it's gonna be really strong for his end. And he's opting for the Sierra this time. So 15 seconds left here. He's going for the Tomoe Asher. Is this those kind of lineup where you're going to be running the Layla as well? We'll see about that. However, Burgil and Amber, the two really fast units on Kalembao's side, is out. Wow. What do you even do at this point? It's just too tough, man. Yeah, I guess Jamir is a good option here. Hopefully it moves in front of the other units so that you're able to reset and refresh the cooldown of your units that get resetted by the Veronica, right? So he's going for the tricks as well. Last but not least, for Kalembao, he's going to be finalizing his draft with that Nyx and Juno. Nyx with the 1, not the Y. Yeah. The upgraded Nyx, basically. And what will Prey do this time? So with Nyx in the field, all of his units is going to be taking less damage from all this debuff coming out from Prey. He's finalizing his draft with the Helena, and Burgil is gonna be removed out from the picture. Let's go. Will we see a clean sweep from Kalembao, or can Prey make a comeback? So Asher moves first this time, goes for the buff. And Jamir now. Alright, gets the slow debuff onto the Veronica. Stun onto the Sierra as well. However, with Juno in the field, is there a way for you to bring down the unit? Oh, Juno even getting the counter. Oh, that's not good. So able to push the attack bar up a little bit here, and probably is going to be moving next. Yep. So able to heal up the team, and I think now Juno is just a unit where it's going to be so strong. He can potentially 1v4 the lineup coming up from Prey, unless this Asher's crit rate is really high. But yeah, tricks here, he can't really go for the second skill. Tomoe goes down as well. Now Ray Spears landing a couple of dots onto the Jamir, and Asher's hit. Nyx still surviving by the skin of his teeth. Down to 1 HP. Able to place so many more debuffs before he goes down as well. Wow. Alright, it's 3v3, but everything on the side of Prey. It's not looking healthy, man. Yeah, Asher goes down. Trix goes down as well. And basically it's just a formality here. The Juno hits really hard though. Yeah, I feel like all of the runes that Kalembao has on all of his units actually really good. But one thing we can see here, Prey's Asher outspeeds that Veronica. So maybe that Swift set is not onto her. Maybe it's onto the Burgil. Who knows? Yep, it's somewhere into one of those LD units. And can he capitalize on that knowledge where he knows if his Asher is in the field, he can outspeed. However, Juno might be a potential ban. I guess maybe you pre-ban Juno. Yeah, that Juno basically single-handedly won him the game. The normal attack coming out from that unit, the additional damage artifacts, you can see how hard the Juno hits. I think at the end there we saw about 2.3k per hit. Without armor break, by the way. So definitely premium runes onto that unit, as well as all of his units. And here will be the potential last match here. If Kalembao wins this one, he's moving onwards to the finals, alright? Where he'll be up against either Nicholas or Pooh. So taking his time here, both sides taking their time on their pre-bans. I think this one is a very important match. Prey going for the Veronica once again, and Kalembao is going to stick to the Tomoe, same as the first round. So pretty much similar draft coming out from the first round as well. We see the Hey Gang, we see the Chandra and Yuldong. So Prey is not a person that likes Chandra first pick, eh? Yeah, I guess maybe he might be comfortable giving the Chandra away here. However, we are seeing the Nyx and Burgild once again. Prey taking away the Yonhong. So I feel like Prey kinda needs like another speed lead. Maybe double speed leads here. Oh, wow, what is that? The Van Cleef? Interesting. Going for the Helena instead. Okay. Now maybe he's flashing the LDs that he has. So we're seeing Yonhong, Naftis. And what will Kalian do this time at the end here? Opting for the Juno once again. Oh boy, that Juno is gonna be super annoying against Prey's lineup. I feel like it's a first ban material. But what will Prey do? Can he bring down that Juno in time? I am not sure, because I feel like the damage output coming out from Prey's side is a little bit lackluster. I don't think it ever kills off a Juno on turn 1. And she's definitely gonna be healing up from all of the debuffs coming out from Prey, right? So Burgild gets the stun onto the Yonhong. Hug onto the Burgild as well. The Yonhong is dropping dead real soon. Down to the last hit already. The Juno just opting for the normal attack. Look at how hard everything is hitting. That Juno almost made that tricks. 40% gone in terms of the health. Wow. Alright, this Nyx needs to go big here, but then Juno is going to be moving real soon as well. All the heals onto her. However, heal block is landed onto everybody else, so the Juno isn't really able to benefit from this passive that much. So gets the stun onto the Naftis. And this is once again looking like a clear-cut Kalembao's win. Trying to work onto Yuldong. But wow, this Juno with the Yuldong's passive. No joke, man. 3-0 victory goes to Kalembao. Wow. I'm liking his draft a lot. But I feel like at the end of the day, Prey did not play badly. He also went to play with all these kind of things, which is really strong for his draft. Things like the Naftis, Hey Gang. Alright, when you're a Naftis user, I feel like Hey Gang is one of the picks that you probably need to take away from your opponent. Or maybe even a Juno, right? Because I feel like you kind of can deal against those Veromos lineups, because if you can get some Despair stuns from your other units, which is also doing big AoE CC kind of thing, then Veromos isn't really that scary, although there's so many debuffs onto your side. However, Juno in the field, yeah, Juno just don't care. Every time she gets full attack bar, a full cleanse, gets tons of heals as well from the Naftis, and yeah, it's just too hard to deal with. So once again, drafting wise, I feel like it's very calculated coming out from Kalembao. He always knows that he could have gotten his Chandra as well. So I feel like maybe when you're dealing against him, you probably need to take away the Chandra. I feel like that is kind of needed, and then you try to work around your draft from with that unit, right? So yeah, once again, congratulations to Kalembao. He's moving onwards to the Masters Cup Finals, and we do have the second semi-final match here between Nicholas from Thailand and Pooh, who is representing Vietnam. We do know the recent Legend Tournament, Pooh and Kalembao made it to the finals. And definitely this is going to be a sight to watch. Rank 2, Rank 3, Rank 1, all in Asia. Alright? So pre-bands locked in. It's the Laura and the Etna. So Nicholas does know Pooh's Etna is really fast here. Do we see a first pick Chandra? Is there a thing between these two players? It might not be. But I really love how Pooh drafts his lineup because he doesn't really show any like flashy LDs. He's playing very unconventional stuff. Like I said, the fire bike, all these kind of things. He made it look. He made the unit look so good. However, obviously, when he fought against Kalembao, yeah, that's an exception. Kalembao is built different. So Nicholas going for the Moor and a Sagar as well. Splitting the Holy Trinity over there. Does not want Pooh to have the Sagar Veladril combo. So what will Pooh do here? What are the picks? Has about 15 seconds to lock it in. So going for the Veladril and the Achroma. Does he... Wait. Did he have time to actually pick the unit? Because it went down all the way to 0. I'm not sure whether he actually picked the Achroma or it timed out on his end. We'll see about that later. So once Nicholas picks his unit, if it's 15 seconds left for Pooh, means that Achroma might backfire his draft a little bit here. Nicholas going for the Chow. I think recently we've been seeing a lot of Chows in the field because I think it's pretty decent against things like the Chandra, where you got self-cleanse. The slow debuff doesn't really hurt you that much. So Pooh actually finalized his second phase draft with the Achroma because he did have some time here. Going for the Dyna and a potential Smicer. So Smicer is gonna be really solid here. The pesky passive, always able to silence up a unit when she moves, as well as strip attack bar pushback. So what will Nicholas do? Because he's a little bit heavy onto the water department here. I'm assuming Pooh might just remove that Sonya at the end. I think it just makes sense. Because even if Veronica resets your lineup, yeah, Achroma doesn't really care about that. Dyna as well. They just need to sustain a couple of turns and they're good to go again. So 10 seconds for the bans. It's going to be the Dyna and Sonya removed from the picture. First round between Nicholas and Pooh will be starting real soon. Who will come out ahead? We'll see about that. So EMP shot comes. The Veladril, if I'm not mistaken, resisted that. So silent 2 turns as well as glancing onto this Veronica. She's not going to be able to shake that off anytime soon because it's on Swift. Now Veladril with the Sanctuary. Everybody cleansed up. However, Saga resisted the strip. So that's something working on Nicholas' end. And Saga will be able to probably reset the Chandra here, right? So the Puppeteer able to land the bomb and stun onto the Moor. However, everything is resisting on Pooh's side. Does he have everything on 100 res? I am not sure. But that Saga did not do anything. So now, what are you going to do about that? The Chow gets the additional turn. big damage done onto Chandra already. He's going to be dropping real soon. However, there's a couple of heals coming up from this punishment as well when that Smiter moves. Alright, silence now landed onto the Sagar. 2 turns every time from this Smiter, by the way. And then now, Chandra will be able to go for the AoE slow debuff, landing it onto 3. Goes for the defense onto Akroma. So he's just trying to bring down this more as soon as possible. This Chow also going 2 turns every single time, which kinda makes sense because Chandra and the Smiter procced on Pooh's end. Hence the violent counter for Nicholas will be higher, right? So Villaggio gets the additional turn, another violent proc coming out from Pooh. Not able to land the armor break onto the Smiter. Now, what will you do about this? Goes for the potential bomb onto the Sagar, however resisted. And I think the Akroma is just going to start working onto that Sagar. Yep, that's the unit he kinda needs to bring down first. Because Veronica doesn't really provide that much after turn 1. Yeah, she's been silenced up the whole time. However, as time goes by, Chow's Justice is going to be doing so much more work. But the problem here is that I don't think he's able to sustain all of the damage coming out from Pooh. So Chow. Everybody back to full life, by the way, on the side of Pooh. Gets the additional turn, another round of slow debuff. This Chow is going to be basically like a meat shield. He's gonna be getting battered by 4 units. I don't see a way for a comeback, you know, because Chow only cleansed 2 debuffs. And he's just going to be stacking everything on it. Yeah, armor break even lands onto the Chow. Wow, 8k damage by the way from that Smiter. And Pooh will be getting this 1-0. So I feel like Pooh's draft, right? He loves to go for all these kind of bruiser-ish units, which does provide some sort of heals. Not the best of heals, but then it's enough, you know? Like you can see that Chandra at turn 1, it went down to about 1/4-ish HP, a little bit more than that. And then just a couple of violent procs from the Smiter's normal attack. The Villaggio also with the punishment heal. And Chandra was back to full, man. And yeah, it's gonna be really tough to bring down anything on the side of Pooh. All the HP situation, I feel like all those units are really tanky, right? And then now we do have the second match here between Nicholas and Pooh. It's going to be another best of 5 once again. Today's matches all best of 5. Kalian Bao locked in his slot in the final round already. And what will be the pre-bans this time? I think Nicholas is trying to figure out what can he ban, which is the most detrimental towards his lineup. What kind of strategy does he want to go for? Alright, it's locked in. The Sonia and Water Twin Angel. Alright, Water Twin Angel of course does have that 24% speed lead. The strip into armor break, a very strong kit. So does not really want to deal against that. And Nicholas going for the Chandra first. Do we even see Pooh going for Vela and Sagar here? Usually I feel like that is kinda like the play whenever you're facing first pick Chandras, right? You kinda need to take away those 2 units. Because they are really strong together. They are your latest Holy Trinity units, you know? Back in the day, it was the Miles, Raccoony, and you know, those kind of lineup. But we don't really see that too often. Ever since Gapsu was introduced, I feel. So Pooh going for the Valkyrie instead. That Vanessa. The Fire Valkyrie. Able to provide strip armor break into some revive passive, which is nice for Pooh's lineup. And Nicholas is going for the Laura and Masha as well. Alright. What does Pooh want to do here? Going very heavy fire and taking the Chow as well. Alright, I like this draft. However, with Chow, yeah, the Laura's defense buff is gonna be pretty big. That's for sure. And do we actually see a Laika? Laika kinda counters the Chow though. I like this pick a lot. It's a force ban because I feel the Laika is gonna be so strong towards the 4 units coming up from Pooh. Oh, this is interesting. I like this a lot. Mainly it's a force ban, that's why he's going to be fitting in the Chi-Tian dashing as well. Because he knows Pooh needs to ban off the Laika. That is a very smart draft coming out from Nicholas. And what will Pooh do this time? He got no choice. He has to go for the Josephine. Because he can't ban off that monkey. Very well-rounded draft coming out from both sides. A lot of counter picking going on here. And will the bans be actually onto those 2 units? We'll see about that. But from the looks of things, I think it's pretty much certain. So about close to 10 seconds left for the bans to be locked in. And we can dive into the second match between Nicholas and Pooh. What will it be? Down to the wire. Taking their time on the bans here. Going for the Chandra and the Josephine instead. Alright. Like I said, I feel like this monkey... He was just trying to force it out a little bit. Was praying for that Laika ban, but... We do know, usually Laika in this kind of context, when you're ruining it up in RTA, it's to counter things like Leo. So you can see the speed on it isn't really that fast. So just trying to slowly work on to the Laura. And this Justice is going to pack a punch. Laura down to the last hit already. Gets the additional turn before she goes down. Able to get triple strips. Wow. What a clutch violent proc, by the way. And then now, the hurt is coming. Laika's Justice this time. Bringing down the first life of that Sagar. So no revives anymore coming out from the Vanessa for at least 2 more turns. This Laura is still surviving. Wow. So tanky. Can she land some stuns? Alright, but Chow is going to be cleansing that real soon. I think this part Laura dies here. Alright. And then now he's trying to work on to the Sagar once again. So Vanessa this time does have that armor break. Gets it onto the Chi-Tian dashing. So no skills yet. Gets the stun onto Vela. Masha getting the violent proc as well. Saga goes down. So this Chow, I don't know about this, man. It's going to be really close whether this Laika can solo 1v3 or potentially 1v4 because the revive is coming out real soon. He does have it but not opting to place it yet. Trying to get the armor break onto the Masha, but she gets 2 turns. So Chow with a normal attack able to dismount this Masha. The Fire Beast Rider is definitely going down here real soon. Big damage done onto the Vanessa. Justice as well. She's still surviving. I think at this point maybe you just revive. Alright, before she dies. And once again, Justice. A couple of turns every single time. But can this Laika solo? I feel there is a chance for this to happen because there's no multi-hits coming out from Pooh. Alright, that's something working for him. Gets the additional turn on that Chow. The Laika down to half HP. So bringing down that Sagar. But look at the life still done. No counter from this Laika though. Oh, this is going to be really close. Big Justice incoming. Does he go greedy onto that Chow? He's playing it safe. Trying to work onto this Veladrol. But how are you dealing against that passive? Like I said, once again, from the start, I feel like Laika is the first ban. Laika eats Chow, man. Wow, big justice. GG. 1-1 to Nicholas. Very nice counter draft, like I said. I think that Laika pick was so good. Although it was a little bit on the slower side, but when I first saw that 4 picks coming up from Pooh, I feel like, yeah, nothing is going to be killing off the Laika. There's no potential stuns, one thing. Yeah, even if you land armor break, Laika doesn't care about that. His HP is already so low, and you do need like 5 hits onto him, right? So every time once that Laika gets the counter, as time goes by as well, you know, the HP reduce, attack increase as well. 1 justice, bam, 20-30k every single time. So that is a very nice draft coming out from Nicholas. And this is going to be a very nice best of 5 between these two players, alright? So Laura and Edna removed. Pooh gets first pick this time. Alright. The usual suspects that we always see nowadays in Arte. Chandra first pick. And Nicholas is trying to go for some sort of AoE CC cleave, because we do know he does have that light monkey as well. So opting for this more and the Chompong. Now Pooh. Whenever he see those 2 units, the Akroma is a cheat code. Akroma is just so strong. Oh, flashing the Tianlang over there. Does he actually pick the unit? I don't think Tianlang is really good at the moment. So going for double water instead, the Chow and Molong. And we see the Byungcho. Byungcho's passive is going to be super strong here, as well as that Smicer. I think at this point, maybe just ban off that Sonia. But Sonia can never kill Byungcho on turn 1. That's the beauty of that passive, you know? Byungcho's passive is just so strong. So what will the bans be this time? Okay, removing the speed leader on the side of Nicholas, and Nicholas does not want to deal against that Byungcho. So can the Akroma's passive be really strong here? That glancing passive, right? Does this Sonia glance? Gets the crit. Okay, got... Oh. Wow! That Smicer! Heavy defense! The Sonia wasn't even able to ignore it. A very nice trap coming out from Pooh. And now even the Hug is on it. So this Smicer is going to be doing so much more work. Because for Nicholas, he does need to bring down that unit first. Every time the Smicer moves, it's going to be so annoying for Nicholas, because it's going to be really hard to shake away from that, basically the 2-turn silence. Chandra down to the last hit though. Wow, normal attack, 9.4k heal onto that Water Beast Monk. So another round of silence back onto the Chompong. Slow debuff landed onto everybody as well. So he's trying to work onto that Wind Art Master. Probably going down here. Is he going greedy? Alright. So he goes for the silence onto the Molong. Chandra gets a big crit, 11,000 damage. Oh. Once again, it's going to be a Chao 1v4. And I don't think Chao is that guy, you know? Probably not. It's not like the Laika context in the previous round, right? So this Molong probably drops soon as well. Yeah, with the bomb intact onto the Sonya, definitely that unit is dying towards it. And essentially this is going to be a 1v4. Can that Chao come out ahead? I am honestly not sure. So glancing and the silence landed onto that unit. You can see the damage output on Pooh's side. Pretty strong. But if this Chao keeps on going twice, there might be a possible way for him to win, alright? He also needs to get a little bit lucky on the crits. So armor break landed, Chao gets to heal up a little bit more. Oh, 3 debuffs now on the hit. 4. Make it 4. So there's only 2 clans here. The bomb is landed. Does he cleanse the bomb here? Nope. Yep. Nicholas knows it. Chao isn't that guy. And Pooh will take this one 2-1. He's in the driver's seat. And I feel like so far all their matches have been like really close. And a lot of counter picking here and there. You can see when I feel like if you want to run the more Chompong kind of lineup, maybe you need to pre-ban the Akroma. I feel like the Akroma has been working so well there. Able to survive throughout the whole match. Landing silence, the glancing, you know, glancing hurts all these kind of units as well. So moving on to the 4th round of this best of 5 between Pooh and Nicholas. The last round's pre-bans were the Laura and Atna. What will it be this time? Alright. These are locked in. The Chandra and the Water Twin Angel once again. Nicholas goes for the more. And Pooh, I think he still just goes for Akroma. Is it a little bit too early? Because Nicholas can still pivot a little bit into turn 2 units. So Pooh is opting for this Vanessa. I think that's a smarter choice, a wiser choice as well. So providing some good utility for the team. The revive is gonna be huge as well. So opting for this Atna too. So Atna, very high base speed, potentially will be moving in front of all of Nicholas' lineup. But that Tianlang is going to be pretty annoying with that passive as well as the Laura. So what will Pooh do this time? Ah, here we go. The Fire Bayek is out, my friends. I love to see him play this unit. I'm still wondering what kind of rune set that he actually has on it. I feel like it's always like so strong. Super fast, very tanky as well. Has violent runes and... yeah, the accuracy, crit rate, everything on it is like very well balanced, right? I always see his third skill lands the armor break and basically critting most of the time. And Nicholas is going very heavy LD lineups here. The Volantis and the F2P Veromos. So Veromos to counter things like the Smicer. Alright, Camilla is locked in. Here we go. What will the bans be this time? Camilla is decent, but I feel like the Romos is gonna be very annoying though. Yeah, and the Smicer is in the field. Interesting bans. I felt like maybe that Veromos might be a force ban material. I guess not. But hey, these are rank 2 and rank 3 players. So Edna goes for the capture. Big damage done onto the Moor. Now there's a chance for the strip into the armor break. Gets the additional turn as well. No increased cooldown time landed. However, silence onto the Veromos here. Will she just go for the stun and bomb onto it? No, opting onto the Tianlang instead. That is very interesting. Alright, trying to dish out as much damage as he can from Pooh's side. He needs to bring down that Tianlang as soon as possible. So Tianlang gets an additional turn, which he probably did not really want because he got eaten up by that bomb damage there. However, that Valantis landed the provokes onto everybody. The Etna is really low on health right now. So big damage done. The Fire Bike getting stunned up as well. So if this bike doesn't violent proc, I think Etna goes down really soon. I think Veromos here goes for the stuns. Did not get it. Alright, Etna still surviving. This is gonna be close. I feel like... Yeah, once this Valantis moves, there's a chance for the stun. Okay, did not get it. So now, does he go greedy onto that Veromos? He's thinking very hard. He's going for it. Trying to kill off the Veromos, but not able to do so. The Fire Bike did not get the third skill up in time. So able to heal up the Vanessa a little bit. But now this Smicer is going to be doing so much more work if he can sustain. So gets the bomb onto the Moor. But with this attack buff, attack debuff basically on the Smicer, that bomb isn't going to be doing that much damage, right? And Fire Bike needs some couple of violent procs here if he can. Because he does not have the skills yet. Gets the silence onto the Tianlang as well. Double stuns from that Valantis. Smicer goes down. One more turn for the revive. Able to get this additional turn. Oh my god, this might be a comeback from Pooh, you know? So Smicer once again in the field. However, Fire Bike is going to be dropping dead towards this. And can this Smicer sustain? Not able to do so. That armor break on the first hit into the additional damage coming out from Tianlang. Not able to survive that. And it's all the way down to the wire. 2-2 between these two players. And we do need a full 5 matches between these two Goliaths, you know. Really love to see how they drop their units. However, I feel like maybe during this phase, the Fire Barrack did not provide that much. I feel like it got stunned up most of the time, and then yeah, it just went south from there. And if he was a little bit faster than the Tianlang, he could have potentially healed up the Smicer. Then that would have been a different story, right? But yeah, kudos to Nicholas for getting that W. I think he played very well so far as well. So do we see something different in the final best of 5 between these two players? I feel like Nicholas already showed his hand, but Pooh hasn't. Alright, that Valantis pick was very strong. But we still haven't really seen Pooh play any LD Nat 5s. It's just like the usual normal elemental units. But they do have crazy runes, right? So now, Laura and the Atna is gone from the picture. First pick goes to Pooh. No doubt it's gonna be that pesky Chandra. And Nicholas is going for the more Chumpong. I think it's going to be the same thing. Veladrol, Acroma once again. Potentially. Or do we see Pooh changing things up? So far, it has been working for him very well though. Do you change things when it's working? I don't think so. There you go. That is your answer. He's going to lock in that Valadrol and the Akroma. And Nicholas is also sticking towards the same draft that he lost with. That's very interesting. I'm assuming that he kinda knows that he needs to ban something else instead. But will that change the outcome? So Pooh, locking in this Byungchul and Smicer, exactly the same draft that we are seeing in round 3. Literally copy-paste. All 10 units here, the same. And once again, do we see the same bans? If the bans are the same, then I think the outcome is going to be the same as well, right? Unless now Hisonia aims another unit. Yeah, I think earlier he knows that Smicer is on defense, right? So this Sonia, this time he goes for the Chandra. That is very smart, alright. And is it even going to make a difference here? I know there's gonna be the potential Reckless Assault. But is Chandra the unit that you want to bring down first? Maybe not as well. So Valadrol going for the Sanctuary gets the additional turn. So now, this Chandra is gonna get healed up a lot. Oh, not even opting for the heal. That's very interesting. Did he misclick there? I am not sure. But Reckless Assault definitely onto the Chandra. Now, without Chandra in the field, does this change anything? Akroma gets the Violent proc, able to silence up this Chiompong. Now, starting to do a lot of damage onto that Wind unit. Smicer here is able to place a bomb, gets it onto the Molong. So Akroma trying to work onto it. If Akroma goes down, I feel like Nicholas has a very good shot at winning this. So this normal attack should do it. Instead, he opted onto the Sonia. Alright. So there's a chance for this proc. Wow, the Akroma's damage really high. And this Chow not glancing at all. Akroma's passive not able to work wonders here. However, Molong is going down really soon. So it's going to be 1v3, I guess. Smicer does have a heal, but opting for the bomb. So 3 debuffs onto the Chow's head. No glancing landed. Cleanses the bomb. Oh, this Akroma is still surviving. I think this one-shots, yeah. Chow is not it. The outcome didn't change much, although the draft was exactly the same, right? So kudos to Pooh. He's going to be moving onwards to the finals, and he will be facing Kalian Bao, alright? So, I think so far we've been seeing a lot of intense action here. A lot of units that we don't really see that often as well. Things like Chow. I think Chow has been picked up most of the time between the series between Pooh and Nicholas, right? And is it a good showing of Chow? Maybe? I think he did pretty well in some parts. But yeah, it's just too much to handle when you got 3 units just punching you in the face. Yeah, Chow's passive is not really like Camilla, where Camilla reduces 50% of the incoming damage done, right? So now we do have the first code. Yep, we'll be releasing the first code here. Make sure to collect it when it's out, right? Here you go. It is MC29 is coming. You'll be able to receive 100 energy and 1 mystical scroll for your effort. Make sure to collect this one as soon as possible because there's going to be an expiry date on it, as you can see on the screen. And the code does have a limited redemptions on it as well. Alright, please note that the coupon can only be redeemed in-game or using the with Hive link, alright? You cannot with the link down in the description below. You cannot redeem it using the web, alright? Just to clarify things here. Once again, the code is MC29 is coming. You'll be able to receive 100 energy and 1 mystical scrolls for putting this in. More farming, more scrolls, free stuff is good stuff. Well, all the best in terms of your summoning sessions as well, everybody. Alright, hope you're enjoying the stream so far. And boy, we are going to have a really nice one. Kalian Bao and the Pooh. I think these two players so far, they are the best two in the entire Summonerswo community, right? I think in the Legend Tournament as well, these two players were the finalists. Here again. I can't wait to see what kind of strategy they are gonna be dishing out. Will that Chandra Yodong prevail? I think both sides love their Chandra, so definitely it's going to be pre-ban. Maybe most of the time, you know, if they do not want the opponent to take it, if they have the first pick. So yeah, it might be a very hard contest on their unit. And then I feel like so far I haven't seen what Pooh's LD Net 5 is. It's only the Akroma that he has shown. Does he have things like maybe a Burgild, a Bella that might be picked up by Kalian Bao, things like Yonhong, Veronica? Yeah, we'll see about that, whether Pooh has the answers towards these kind of drafts, alright? So once those two players are ready, we should be able to start our final best of 5. The grand finals of this Master Cup coming up real soon. Also, make sure to tune in. I think in August there's going to be a lot of streams where we do have the SWC preliminaries, right? I think those are going to be really fun. Make sure to root your favorite players. Maybe your friends are joining in there as well. Who knows? So just support your friends or your players that you've been supporting throughout the whole time. Show them some love. Make sure to join in those streams, alright? And enjoy all these fantastic RT matches that we do have installed for y'all, alright? So once again, I think we do have another coupon code after the final round. So make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end. And I'll just talk a little bit about the prizes that these players will be getting for today. Alright, the champion will be receiving the Verda Hall Summonerswo SD figurine. I think that one is a pretty much newer SD figurine. Personally, I've never seen the Verda Hall one before, so I think it's gonna be really cool. It also includes 750 crystals, 20 mystical scrolls, and a real trophy with the champion's name engraved on it. So it is all to play for. The match between Pooh and Kalian Bao has started. Who will come out ahead? Let me know down in the comments below who you're rooting for. Pre-bans, both sides taking their time. Oh, going down all the way to the wire. Yeah, 15 seconds left for the pre-bans. Interesting. Something we don't see too often, eh? So Pooh, I guess one of them does not know what to ban here. Okay, removing the ragdoll. So Kalian Bao knows Pooh is a ragdoll user. Which also makes sense, you know, because we've been seeing Pooh playing all this kind of bruiser lineup. So taking the Chandra as well. Alright. So Pooh, what will he do this time? His potential bruiser units are all gone. The core ones. And he's going for the Water Twin Angel as well as that Sagar. Burgilt and Yuldong picked up. Oh man, this lineup is looking really scary for Kalian Bao. Can Pooh sustain this upgraded bruiser lineup coming out from Kalian Bao's side? We do see a Sonya in the field as well. So Sonya is a very good unit that can potentially one-shot something on Pooh's lineup. Fitting in this Kiara again. Oh boy, this lineup. I really love this draft. It's so well-rounded, you know, because you do have strips coming out from Burgilt and Yuldong. You got slow debuff from Chandra. You got double ignore defense damage, which gets an extra 100% crit damage because of that Yuldong's passive. It's so annoying to deal with. And Pooh might just finalize his draft with this Smicer because he knows his Smicer does have some capability to make that Sonya not able to one-shot. But opting for this Nana instead. So, with that Nana force ban-ish, is Pooh able to outspeed? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't ever think you outspeed a Burgilt and Sonya. So maybe one unit is gone from the picture on turn 1. We'll see about that. Alright, Sonya moves first here. Goes on to the Tianlang, one-shotting it as well. Now Burgilt, there's a chance to potentially strip into a stun. Alright, gets the strip onto the Sagar. Hug now onto that Sonya. Ooh, look at that damage, man. No armor break, but everybody taking a punch from that unit. Now, what can Pooh do? Can he make a comeback? Gets the armor break onto the Yuldong. There's going to be a reset as well. Will he just go for the Chandra? Alright, fair enough. Did not get the pushback onto the Sonya though. So as time goes by, this Sonya is gonna be so scary because the cooldown on Gut Crush is really short. Oh, this time we don't see the armor break landing onto that Burgilt. Very high resistance, I'm assuming, coming up from that unit. And Sonya, next turn, does have the skill up. Something is going down real soon. Alright, no heals from this Fire Bayek. Gets the strip, however, no silence. Gut Crush, 1 kill. Every single time. The Burgilt not able to land armor breaks as well. But then, you already lost your 2 units there. Yeah, the Tianlang didn't really provide that much. Sagar now armor broken as well. 4v1 Fire Bike, I don't think cuts it. And it's going to be 1-0 to Kalian Bao. That drop is just so hard to deal with, guys. I think nobody got the answer towards that draft, where he just last picked the Kiara and Sonya, right? And you can see his Sonya is so strong. It moves in front of the Burgilt, by the way. I'm assuming that Sonya does have plus 130 plus speed. I'm assuming it should be around that ballpark. And it still hits really hard, you know? So yeah, you can see the rune quality there that Kalian Bao has on that Sonya and the Burgilt. Oh man. Oh, this is rough. However, now there's a chance for his Bruiser lineup to be in play, alright? So pre-bans this time is the Burgilt and the Sagar. First pick goes to Pooh. I think no introduction needed already, right? Confirm the Water Beast Monk. Yep. And Kalian Bao, what will he do? He don't even care about taking the Vela away. So going for the Sierra and a flashy Laura over there. And what will Pooh do this time? So now, do you want things like Hey Gang? If you're running Hey Gang means you got double water in your lineup already. Which might not be that good for your cause, right? So going for the Etna instead, trying to outspeed Kalembao this time. Fitting in a Vanessa as well. So Kalembao here going for the Valantis. Or Valantis, Laura. As well as this Juno. Juno kinda hard counters the Chandra. Sort of. Gets to cleanse the speed debuff. And Pooh, he loves this Chow, alright? He's going to be locking in that unit. And a Sonya for a force band material, alright? I think so far, Pooh drafting has been pretty good. Kalien Bao as well, alright? What will the last pick be? Oh, that monkey. That monkey good against 3 units. Actually, all 4. The double water and double wind coming up from Pooh. Because I don't think you one-shot a Singza with the God Crush. The passive is really strong. So Sonya is removed from the picture as well as this Laura. Both sides does have speed leader. But Pooh does have the extra 9%, right? So Etna goes first this time. Going for the capture. Alright, no stuns onto the Sierra. Pretty unfortunate there. Now armor break landed. But then provokes landed onto 2. So now Chandra, will he just go for the hug here? He does. And with the glancing, it doesn't really matter if you normal attack because you confirm guarantee crit. Sierra is going to be dropping real soon if that child wakes up and choose to crit. Sierra is potentially dead. So bomb landed onto the Vanessa as well. Does he just go for the detonation here? I don't think so. So just going for the turn cycling. Try to maybe sustain one more turn. If she gets one violent proc, that's going to be benefiting her a lot. So Etna getting stunned up once again. All these dots coming up from Valantis. So annoying. I think Juno here can just continue working on to the Vanessa. Drake of water to bring down the Sierra. Chandra dies as well, but revive kicks in. Oh, this Singza though. Do you just justice the Juno here? Oh, he's going for the Valantis instead. Interesting. Yeah, because I feel like Valantis, all the skills are already exhausted. That Juno is looking really scary though. Hitting 3k onto the Etna. Without armor break, bro. Wow, that Juno, man. Crazy artifacts coming out from that unit. Chandra goes down as well. And can this child sustain? I am not sure. He needs to bring down... He's going for the monkey instead. Is that the right play? I feel like the Juno is doing more damage than the monkey itself. Right? Am I wrong to say that? So he's still trying to justice this monkey. But to no avail. Now armor break landed. Juno don't care about non-crits. Here you can see, without critting, also doing so much damage. And yeah, I think once again, very good draft. That Singja did so much work. A lot of counter stuns onto the Etna and the Chandra. Just couldn't do anything about that. Yeah, maybe in that context, is Veladro good? It could be, but then... Yeah, all those stuns were just so annoying to deal with. As well as that Juno, you know? That Juno has really premium runes. I'm assuming like close to 200 plus despair set on it. Who knows? It's Kalembao, right? So yep, he's having a pretty comfortable lead against Pooh. And so far Pooh hasn't even shown his ragdoll yet. Maybe this might be the time to bring it out, because your tournament life is at stake right now. It's 2-0 for Kalyan Bao. Will it be 3, or can Pooh make an insane comeback to win it 3-2? We'll see real soon, alright? So, what is the pre-bans this time? Ragdoll and the Kiara. Alright. So there won't be those kind of Burgil Yudong lineup. Maybe he can still run it. Yeah, he's taking away the Chandra first. And with this Chandra pick, I feel like it's so strong because it's very versatile, where you can go for turn 1, even turn 2 as well. So he's not changing things up. I think that is his holy trinity for Kalyan Bao. It's looking really strong every single time. And Pooh taking this Tianlang as well. Tianlang to counter the Burgil, and a Fire Bayak for some sort of heals and cleanse. I think it's fair. Yeah, he locks it in. And do we see things like Sonia? Definitely not, because there's pretty much double fire on the side of Pooh already. And he's going for this Pontos and the Carnal instead. Oh. There's something we don't see too often in 2024. Mr. Carnal. Back in the day, this guy. Really strong, you know? But as time goes by, there were a lot of units buffed up. He didn't really get too much from that. Didn't benefit from the balance patch, and kind of tapered off a little bit. Things like Monkey King, the Meiho Wang, Masha all came up. So now Pooh, what will he do? He is opting for this light unicorn. Okay, so providing anti-crit and immunity buff, Carnal, and the pony is removed from the field. Okay. Let's go. Burgil moves first. So gets the stun onto the Saga already on turn 1. Now, I think if you're Tianlang, maybe saving the skill might have been the better choice, because I feel like Pontos has to go for the third skill, right? Now, slow debuff landed onto 2. Pontos goes for the holy ground. So, 2 returns immunity and invincibility onto everybody's heads. On Pooh's lineup, everything is silenced as well. So this Fire Bayak did not get the strip on the immunity, but invincibility buff is removed. That's a lot of damage done onto the Yudong already. So do we see this premium bruiser lineup losing? There might be a chance. However, now Hug is onto the Yudong. And Tianlang landing the armor break, gets the additional turn. I think he has to go for it. Yep, nice strip onto the Yudong's head. However, armor break once again onto the Light Panda. Okay, I think at this point, Burgil probably finishes off the Tianlang really soon. Yudong goes down. Vanessa, however, still does have the passive, but it's silenced up at the moment. So oh, it's on Despair. Interesting Despair stun onto the Pontos with that Valkyrie. And Pooh will be getting this 1-2. Alright. First win. Take it one by one. Step by step. Will he make a comeback? We'll see really soon, right? So I think in that match there, yeah, without that Sonia and the Kiara pick, we can see Pooh actually got a very nice counter draft against that first 3 units that Kalyan Bao was running, you know. So the things like the Yudong, the Burgil, he kinda did pretty well to counter that lineup. where he fit in the Vanessa. He had to go a little bit heavy fire so that it makes Kaliambao not choose that Sonya at the end. So I think that's pretty nice coming up from him. So what will the bans be this time? Yep, earlier. We still see Kaliambao banning the ragdoll every single time, even though Pooh has not used it yet. Maybe at this point in time, you just ban something else, right? Things like the Tianlang. The Tianlang was probably the MVP that match. Doing a lot of damage, the armor breaks as well. So Laura and the Sagar removed. Pooh gets first pick. I think at this point, everybody knows what it's going to be, right? Yep, there we go. It's Chandra Gaming in 2024, a unit that came out 10 years ago. When the game first introduced, this Beast Monk has been in play since then, alright? And then Burgilt and Sierra picked up as well. Pooh going for the Tianlang and the Fire Bayak. A very nice counter draft coming out from Kaliambao, going for that Veronica and Nikki instead. So trying to outspeed his opponent. Kaliambao has enough of it. He's just going full speed ahead at this point. So now Pooh, how do you contest this? Because you know everything on Kaliambao's side is really fast, and he's going to be fitting in a force ban Nana as well as a Karnal. This Wusa is actually a very strong pick if he bans off the Tianlang, right? So we'll see whether he actually does that. He does go for this Bella. Is he locking it in? The Burgilt Bella combo goes burr, you know? Really strong together. And it's mainly because, right? Pooh kind of pivoted into turn 2 there. Yeah, Kaliambao knows that he don't really need speed lead. He knows he can definitely outspeed his opponent's lineup, even though there's Chandra in the field. So, both sides locking in the 24% speed leader. And we'll see who moves first. Definitely Burgilt. Can he land the armor break? I think he's going to try to land armor break, follow up by the other damage dealers, right? However, he gets the strip onto the Fire Bayak. Dark Guardian Angel comes. Big damage done. Alright, Tianlang cuts in between, but there's two buffs on the side of the Bella and Sierra. Sierra getting sealed up. A stun onto the Nikki, as well as another seal onto Burgilt. So big damage done onto the Chandra. But now, there's going to be a hug. Not opting to use it yet. And able to heal the Chandra up over here. Big damage done onto the Sierra now. Things is looking really good for Pooh. It's going to be 2-2. He did not even bother to wait to see whether his Nikki might potentially violent proc. But maybe he knows that that unit was going down anyways before he gets the turn, right? So 2-2 to Pooh. Wow. Very nice comeback so far. He's really taking it one game at a time. Yeah, I think earlier when it was 2-0, it was a little bit too far-fetched. Yep. Very far away from victory. Now, there's a real possibility that Pooh can make a potential 3 wins in a row comeback against Kaliambao. Who is going to win this one? This is literally our final match of the day. And I really cannot wait to see whether the draft changes here. Do they try something fancy? We'll see about that. So, the winner will be receiving the Vertihall Summonersword SD figurine, including the 750 crystals and 20 mystical scrolls in the game code from that figurine pack itself, and also a real trophy with the champion's name engraved on it. Will it be Kaliambao or will it be Pooh? We'll see right now. Alright. This is a very interesting pre-ban, alright? So it's going to be the Kiara and Ragdoll once again. He does not want Kalembao to go for that Sonia route. So is Chandra picked up again? Yes, that is the answer. Pooh. However, he can probably just go with that Vanessa Edna once again. I think it has been working for him. Alright. Vanessa Sagar. Yeah, it was Sagar. Sorry. And then now Yudong and the Veronica this time. Okay. Is the Veronica better than Birgil? It could be, you know, because yeah, you can potentially reset your opponent's lineup. Means that the Vanessa's passive might be down, and then you try to kill off something after that. Now, what will Pooh rebut with? He's going for the Gapsu and the Bella. Okay. He's taking out units that we haven't seen yet coming up from Pooh. So the double duck Nat 5s. And Kalembao is really going for this Karnal. I think the Karnal is a strong pick here. Great stun, slow debuff. Laura providing speed buff as well as strips. Well-rounded draft on both sides. But if Chandra is banned off, that means there won't be any speed leader on the side of Kalembao. Can Pooh capitalize on that? Oh, he's going for this Camilla instead. Is it a little bit too passive? We'll see. What will the bans be? Personally, if I'm Pooh, I might just remove that Chandra. I feel like maybe Chandra or Laura very annoying. Either one of those two units. Yep. So it's going to be the Laura, and Vanessa is gone as well. So there won't be any speed leader on the side of Pooh. Can he sustain the turn cycling coming up from Kalembao? We'll find out. Alright. So both sides taking the time to choose their leader skills. Okay, HP 50% for Pooh. Is that Bella tanky though? Because usually you're running Bella on speed HP with additional damage. Alright, gets the increased cooldown time onto everyone. Now, I think Chandra just goes for the slow here. Everything on the side of Pooh looks healthy. And that's gonna be the Gapsu to heal up the lineup and cleanse. So Gapsu here got resetted earlier, can only normal attack, and then now Sword Rain comes, gets the stun only onto the Gapsu and the Cigar. Now this Bella is going to hurt real bad. Gets the freeze off onto the Veronica as well. So now I think he has no choice but to hug that unit. Gets a very nice stun onto the Bella. Ooh, look at that damage. The additional turn to secure the kill onto that unit. Wow. I felt like if, let's say, he didn't proc there, the Gapsu heals up the Bella. Oh, that was actually a very clutch violent coming at the right moment for Kalembao. Now he gets another stun onto the face of Sagar. Can he land this provoke? He does, and gets another additional turn as well. He's going for the pushback, trying to dish out as much damage as he can onto that Gapsu. But don't forget, there's Camilla's passive heal as well. Is it enough to sustain the lineup? Not really sure about that, but it seems okay. But as time goes by, once again, everything is going to be hitting a lot harder. So you can see, even the Karnal just going for third skill. The Saga already so low on health. So Gapsu's pure damage, definitely able to use it up right now. Gets the branding onto the Chandra. He needs to kill something off real quick. 7k damage onto that unit. Now dots landed onto everybody's head. And this Karnal. Wow. That secures the kill onto the Sagar. It's looking really good for Kalembao right now. Because with the slow debuff onto the Camilla's head, he is definitely not touching off that. He's definitely not touching that unit. He's going all in onto the Gapsu. Gapsu goes down, last one healer in the field. Whoa, this Karnal is hitting so hard. Even gets the crit onto the Camilla, which he might not really want there. But is this Camilla able to solo 1v3? It's gonna be tough. Because Yudong's passive is just superior, you know? So Amber here. Veronica goes for the Ray Spear. And Camilla is going down. Kalembao winning this one 3-2. Congratulations to him. I think the match has been really nice. We can see the lineup pool was actually opting for mainly going for those kind of bruiser with the Camilla and the Gapsu's passive heal. I felt like Pooh could have won that match if the Bella didn't die. That Karnal Violent Proc was clutch, alright? But it is what it is. Kalembao winning this one 3-2. He's our champion of the Masters Cup Grand Finals. He will be receiving the Vertihal Summonersword SD figurine, which includes 750 crystals, 20 mystical scrolls, and of course, the real trophy with his name engraved on it. The runner-up, who is going to be receiving the Orion SD figurine, as well as 500 crystals and 10 mystical scrolls. Last but not least, the other two players that joined in today, Prey and Nicholas, they will be getting 200 crystals and 10 MS for their efforts made in this tournament. Alright, so to conclude things off, there will be another coupon code for the viewers over here. Make sure to collect it right now. It is Masters S29C. Masters with a 4 and 3 over there. And then you'll be able to get 200,000 mana and 2 mystical scrolls. Alright, once again, Masters with a 4 and 3, 29C. You'll be able to receive 200,000 mana and 2 mystical scrolls. Make sure to collect it as soon as possible because there's an expiry date stated down below over here. The code does have a limited quantity as well. So make sure to get yours as soon as possible. You can collect the coupon code. You can redeem it only through the game or using the link. Alright? And with that being said, I feel we are able to conclude things off over here. Congratulations to Kalembao. It has been a pleasure to watch all of the matches today. I think probably all the Yudong users right now, they are definitely going to rune up that unit and try it out in the World Arena. I think Yudong, a lot of people kind of sleep a little bit on it. The passive is actually really strong if you know how to utilize it. So, thank you all for watching Season 29 Masters Cup Grand Finals hosted by Comtours. And I really do hope that you enjoy every bit of it. Take care, stay safe my friends, and enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.